I'm still surprising myself with how I am able to actually jog on these morning runs. My name's Hayley, and this channel is about all manner of things, but mainly it's a slice of my life. These videos are a part of a series that my husband and I are doing for the One Punch Man Challenge. That challenge consists of us working our way up to doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every day. We are in the 6th increment, and that means that we do 60 of the exercises and 6 kilometers of movement outside. It's day 40 and Saturday, so we have a lot to be happy about. I'm pretty stoked about how far we've come in this challenge, what we've accomplished, and we can add to the list that we're becoming morning people. A new identity, runner, morning person. Pretty interesting, I have to say. But let's see how our morning went.
Captain's Log Day 40-8, good morning. Today is Saturday, and it's heading towards the end of week 6 of the challenge. So today and tomorrow is the last days of the 6 kilometers, and on Monday we're ramping up to 7. It's going to be interesting to see, when we do the 3 and when we do the 4, morning versus evening. But getting up in the morning is a lot more fun than I thought 40 days ago. I mean, we got into the habit of actually waking up early. The downside is we have to go to sleep earlier as well. So now we're an old couple who goes to sleep around 11. Another downside is we can't watch the whole of Critical Role. We can't stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning and then get up at 7 to go for a run. At least I need more sleep to be more comfortable. So, negatives and positives. But I feel like I have more energy throughout the day. I can accomplish a lot more, and it's just fun to go outside for a walk. So if you're thinking about it, I highly recommend. You might not enjoy it the first week. Your legs might be sore depending on the distance, but just cut down the distance and it's going to be better, hopefully. Give it a shot, see how it works out. Anyways, I need to do the push-ups and the rest of the exercises, so I'll see you later.
Good morning, it's day 40. Alex and I are back from our run. We're back from dealing with the puppy, and I made a goal when I went out today that I was going to try and jog more, and I don't actually know how far I did jog. Collectively, because some of it was jogging, some of it was walking, but I would say that I did jog a significant portion, more than I would have in the past, and I said we're gonna go to the opening of that park area, and Alex jogged with me. We didn't go fast, but I was going faster than I would be if I was walking, and I felt very, very confident with what I was doing, and I felt very good after I did it. Had to catch my breath a bit. Then we went into a different park area and I tried to do another one. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to the full distance because I could start to feel my shins. So I kind of slowed back down a little because the last thing I want is my shins to become an issue. So I'm just kind of listening to my body and listening to how I feel, which is really good. But as I heard Alex mention, he was talking about waking up in the morning. It's definitely a lot easier to do, and I'm actually falling asleep a lot better normally. When we first started doing this, I found it really hard to fall asleep at nighttime. Like, my brain was still awake, my schedule hadn't kind of shifted enough, but I'd say for the past little bit, I put my head down on the pillow and maybe within 5 or 10 minutes, I'm out cold. So that's definitely a perk of having a routine and sticking to that like day-night cycle every day opposed to only during the week when you're working. So if you're trying to become somebody who goes to bed early and wakes up early, then definitely check that out. But now I've got to go do those push-ups, sit-ups, and squats and get on with the Saturday. For the workout today, we ended up actually doing the 60 in the morning, only because the first 30 we did, both of us, for the sit-ups and the push-ups, wasn't recorded. The GoPro just was like, meh, I don't feel like doing this right now, and just didn't record any of it. So I was less than thrilled about that, because then I had to shift my intention and go back and do another 30. I even said, like, do we just not record it and just move on with our day? But Alex said, no, let's just record it and we'll get it done and over with. So we just have to later do just 3 more kilometers and then we are done for the day. So that is pretty good. And it'll probably be broken up into smaller chunks just because we have a few requirements to do this afternoon. So instead of doing 3 kilometers at say 10 p.m. when we should be getting ready for bed, we're breaking it up over the day, and that's totally fine. As we both mentioned in the video, our schedule and our routine, both in the morning and in the evening, has become more routine, for lack of a better word. It's not something I really have to think about. I am tired around 10. Like, my eyes are heavy. I'm ready to just kind of go put on my jammies and crawl into bed. I do try and hold out a little longer, so it's probably closer to 11 by the time we normally go to bed. But I think about 10:30 is when I'm got my jammies on, done everything I need to do, and I'm in bed, but I don't necessarily fall asleep until 11. Last night we were in bed just a little bit before 11, and I think within 10 minutes, like on Fitbit, I think it was like 10 or 12 minutes of me having my head on the pillow and I was out cold. So that is definitely a perk. I think I've commented in a previous video about in the past I would maybe get 4 or 5 hours of sleep and it would never be any sort of quality sleep. Now I'm easily consistently getting about 7, 6.5, 7 recently with the puppy, just because I kind of wake up in the middle of the night just to check on her. But still getting more sleep than I was in the past, and my body is really happy about that. It feels rested and I feel rested. But wow, 40 days of doing this challenge, it's just kind of become a thing we do. Like, I don't really think about it. There have been a few times where we've started our route and I haven't even turned the tracker on because I'm just going. Like, I'm just here to do what I need to do. So it's just kind of become part of my identity. And that being said, I have been listening to Atomic Habits by James Clear. He did bring up a pretty interesting point in the book when he says that people who try to set goals, those are result based. So if I want to lose 10 pounds or I have a goal to run a 5 kilometer, it's a result based. It's not adjusting anything. And he says in the book so far that you need to have systems instead of goals, because systems lead to process, basically. And he was saying that there are 3 different ways of addressing goals. Results based, which is the outermost layer. There was a middle layer, which I can't think of at the top of my head. But the inner layer is changing your identity. And I might be explaining this wrong, that part, but the changing your identity part I think is kind of interesting because he describes that there are 2 people who are offered a cigarette. And one says, no, I'm quitting smoking. So that person's identity is still that they are a smoker. The other person says, no, I don't smoke, as in I'm not a smoker. So that is interesting how the 2 people would respond to being offered a cigarette. So if you were trying to quit smoking, you need to have the mentality of I'm not a smoker, and it will adjust over time. All that being said, I have said over and over again that I am a runner no matter my distance or speed. And I think it's starting to stick and percolate into my mind that it is something that I am capable of doing. So I am a morning person. I am a runner. So those are my 2 things I'm saying over and over, on top of, my daily affirmations. You are a strong and powerful woman. One of those things. This flashback to the scene in Friends with Chandler trying to quit smoking. You are a strong and independent woman who doesn't need a cigarette. Oh, that was a good clip. But I completely digress. But I will try to share a little bit more about the book as it continues, but it's definitely really interesting, so I highly recommend you check it out. If habits and routines and the way and why you do things is something you're interested in learning more about, definitely check out the book. With all that being said, thank you again for watching the video, supporting us, and you can do that super easy thing and hit that like button. It gives us a pat on the back, helps somebody else find the video. It's literally the easiest thing you can do today. If you haven't yet subscribed or you're new here, please do hit that subscribe button and follow us with this journey and stick around because it's still got like 60 more days to go. And we'll close out today like we close out every day. I've got this. You've got this. We've got this. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.